There's our
Oh,
guest.
hello, hello.
Hello. Look how quickly I just hit to the right scene, Vanessa. I'm very good.
Uh,
How you doing tonight, sir?
Getting better.
I am getting
I'm
better.
doing
You're
good,
right.
actually. I just got home from training. So,
You feeling good?
oh yeah, feeling great. Body's not hurting at all.
Does it usually hurt after a night of training?
Oh yeah, I'm always in pain, dude. I say that all the time.
What's the difference? Correct me if I'm wrong. You're a Division I college football athlete.
Yes, sir.
You were.
Yes, sir.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played football for Jacksonville University. They were Division One AA, so FCS.
Okay.
Mhm.
What are the similarities and differences in training and maintaining a Division I college body athlete skills, and then training in wrestling?
So actually, the biggest difference for me was when I stopped playing football. When I was playing ball, you burn so many calories. You wake up, you practice for 3 hours, you're lifting for another hour, and then you have, your entire day of classes. You have like 4 different meetings you have to go throughout the day. When I stopped playing football, I had like 8, 9 hours out of my day I did not know what to do with,
Oof.
because it was just like all this extra free time. But we were so active and it's such a physically tasking sport. I was burning a lot of calories, so I was eating everything, like anything that I could consume, keep me full. I was just eating it. I didn't really have to be as conscious, like healthy.
Yeah.
And training wise, you don't really care about how you look, like your physique as a football player. It's just about being big, strong, and fast. So when I making that transition into wrestling, now it's like, okay, you're in tights, you got to look the part now. So now it's kind of, I had to mold the athletic training that I was used to and kind of switch more into like a bodybuilding style, and get a lot more strict about my eating too.
So let me backpedal a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I'm going to ask you a cliche, I guess, wrestling podcast show question.
Yeah.
You're a wrestling fan growing up. Was it on in the house?
Oh yeah, for sure. My dad grew up in like the area where like Dusty was running like in the territories and stuff. So he grew up on it. So it was always in the house when I was growing up and stuff too.
Always. What was the thing that the aha moment where you're like, oh, I love this. I can do this. When did you think you'd be a wrestler?
Well, when I was little, it was always, I'm going to go to the NFL. I'm going to go
Right.
to the WWE. That was always like the little kid dream. Go to the NFL, go to the WWE. So when college football kind of ended, well, let me backtrack a little bit. I had a coach who was close friends with a recruiter for the WWE.
Okay.
And he was like, when you're done playing, he's like, I think this guy would really like you. I think you'd be good at it. And my coach was kind of a wrestling fan too, so we would always jot back and forth about it in practice and stuff. So then ultimately they canceled the football program. So then I was like, okay, I don't really know what to do now. So I got that guy's number, the recruiter, and I had a phone call with him. And when I actually got on the phone with him, that was when I was like, okay, like maybe this isn't as like, far fetched as I think it is. And they basically were like, we really like it if you'd finish school. And he's like, in the meantime, he was like, all I can really tell you is to, get experience on the indies or, find a school to train in and stuff. I was like, all right. So I ended up going to Dory Funk School for about 6 months and training there. But the aha moment was, man, I don't really know. It was just kind of like it was honestly kind of a smooth transition into it.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't done being an athlete when I was done playing football. Because they canceled the football program at JU. And then I had surgery on my foot. So it was like, there was this quick turnaround to get recruited for the guys that wanted to transfer and keep playing football. And no team is going to want you, when you're just had surgery and you're on a scooter.
Yeah.
So it was, so I was kind of like, you know what, maybe this is like the sign to stop playing. And that was kind of when I made that transition, made the phone calls and started getting into wrestling. That was probably not necessarily like an aha moment, but definitely like this.
But you always had that vision in the back of your head anyways. Like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the NFL. And then I'm going to transition into wrestling. I find it interesting though. They said, go get experience on the indie scene, blah blah blah, and now that's not what they look for at all. Now they look for
now they got the whole NIL.
Yeah, the name, image, next in line / name, image, and likeness type of gimmick. Man, you just missed that.
I know. I was in the gym. I was in the gym when I saw it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I just had like that little thought in the back of my head. I was like, she just kept playing, huh?
Yeah. Right. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
But since then, AEW has caught so much ground, and they're eating up the indie guys.
Yeah, for sure. The fact that the WWE is not taking indie guys, one is kind of stupid and a joke, because they just gobbled up Sefa Fatu, who was running wild on the indies out there anyways, but they're gonna miss out.
He has the right last name though.
Yeah, that's true. that is very true. The right pedigree. He's got the right bloodline. No pun intended. But you're right. There AEW's gobbling them up, MLW as well. There's an avenue, a plethora of wrestling out there anyways. Yeah. I just think it's so ironic that they give you that line. Go get some experience on the indies, and now they're like, we ain't getting any indies.
Literally within a year, they're like this completely flipped the script. Well, since then, because I remember I tried to reach back out to that guy once I had been wrestling for a little bit. And he was like, I don't work there anymore. He sent me to this email, and I emailed the person that had taken over, and then I got an email back that was like, so and so doesn't work here anymore. Please refer to this person. So in a matter of like a few months, they went through like 3 different people at that position.
Oh,
they love to fire and hire.
Yeah, they do. You mentioned Dory Funk's school. You got some training there. Was that where you got like your foundation of training, your main training, or what?
Yeah, so I was never like an amateur wrestler or anything like that. Sports wise, it was always football, track and field, weightlifting.
Okay.
So wrestling was never really in my wheelhouse. So when I went to Dory was very like, anybody familiar with Dory's career, Dory is one of the all-time greats in the ring. One of the best wrestlers of all time. So like, he really gave me a strong foundation of just like the simple, like core values of like the in-ring, taking care of people, taking care of yourself, just like the moves in a sense. And from there, I've been able to kind of, branch off into these different areas and kind of just gain experience, trial by fire. But that definitely, Dory was like laid the foundation for me. 100%.
What resonates most from you from Dory?
He spoke very little, did not speak often, but when he did speak, it was mostly meaningful. Like he always had something good to say. I feel like every conversation, it was always there was a nugget of wisdom there. You can't not have something good to say when you've been in it as long as he has.
For sure. Now my notes,
and he's 80 years old and still does push-ups.
I'm 40 and I don't do push-ups. Holy shit. I got down in my notes here. You've trained with Dr. Tom Pritchard?
Yeah, I've gone up to Dr. Tom's and trained just some like weeks at a time here and there. So Dory and Tom used to coach together back in the day, and having went to Dory's for a while, and then now having gotten experience from Dr. Tom, it was really cool to see like where these two like met in the middle to create all these superstars.
Yeah.
Dr. Tom is so like psychology driven by it and everything, so I just learned a lot from that aspect of, of the world. Just like he's so animated. It's crazy to watch him come up with promos on the spot.
He is a great human. We had him on here. And I think the first 15 to 25 minutes, we were just trying to figure out how to get his video working. He connected to Zoom and had the audio. He really wanted the video to work because he knew the aesthetic of what he had to say would be portrayed better with video. Vanessa, what was it? We was like 15 to 20 minutes that we were just trying to do. It was great. And then
he like hung up and called back in.
And the whole interview itself was great. And he's just got stories for days. Psychology,
Yeah,
he's
awesome,
definitely behind for sure. Great human being, phenomenal
Yeah.
person.
Him, Dr. Tom versus Bret Hart in like '94 is like one of the best matches I've ever seen. It's just on some like Raw.
Yeah, just a
Not even a
random
pay-per-view
Raw.
match. Yeah, just a random Raw match.
So who you growing up? You want to be? You have visions of the WWE someday wrestling. Who inspired you? Who did you look up to?
Kurt Angle was like my favorite. Loved Kurt Angle. That dude was just insane from like start to finish. Kurt Angle, and then Macho Man Randy Savage. I loved watching, obviously replays and stuff. But he is definitely those two are my all time favorites. So I would say that they definitely inspired me. Just because Kurt Angle had this like very rare ability to be so funny in his promos, and then get in the ring and just be like a complete badass, and like you took him seriously. You know what I mean? Because it's rare. Like you don't see those comedy gimmicks in main event stories, right? But Kurt Angle was funny. And he got so much and then he was still in the title picture because he took him seriously. He's a gold medalist.
Yeah, he was badass, and he had like 17 different gears, man.
Yeah, different singlet every night.
never would tire either. Oh my god. I'm just thinking of Angle in the cowboy hat. I can't think of anything else. Yeah, right, exactly. And I'll be honest with you, I've never seen any of your in-ring work. I tell you, it's been a rough few days here at Casa Day Standing Streamer's house. So I didn't get to do my normal watching of matches prep.
Yeah.
So for myself and for people out there, how would you describe your style?
Brad Armstrong.
Oh, we were just talking about him a couple nights ago.
Yep. I love Brad Armstrong just from the standpoint of like in football, film study is such like a vital part of the game. And I feel like I've kind of taken that skill and brought it into wrestling. And I'll put on him versus Dean Malenko, and I could rewatch the same match like 20 times, dude, and just like look at these different spots and how they're doing these things and just like when they're doing it. That was the biggest thing that clicked on me with him, not necessarily what he was doing, but when he was doing it. So I definitely credit probably a lot of what I do to him. For sure, his work is what I try to model it after.
Nice. Yeah, we were just
in Triple H too, just on like I try to match that intensity that Triple H always had, whether he was a heel or a face. He was always intense. I think that's important to carry over into the ring.
Do you go back a lot and watch whether it's wrestlers you didn't see growing up or matches like Triple H and Malenko and Armstrong? Do you go back and watch them and take stuff from it?
Oh yeah, daily, 100% daily. I'm always trying to learn as much as I can. I probably watch like replays more than I watch the current product, if I'm being honest.
Really? Yeah. You're probably right.
I keep up with the product and everything, but I'm not rewatching, Monday Night Raw as much as I'm rewatching, some of these other older matches.
Oh, well, it's paused now, but I had some Attitude Era Raw on earlier. I don't really watch Raw. I'll watch. I keep up with the current product, but I think I'm more into Dynamite, MLW. We watched Impact tonight.
It's hard to defend it after Hangman and Bryan Danielson put on an hour-long clinic.
Now, see, I missed it, but I know myself. I missed it for a good reason. I want to watch all the Spider-Man movies, the Tom Holland ones. There's only two. I'll watch those two. I watched one on Wednesday. I'll watch one tomorrow night. Saturday, I'm taking my kids. We're going to go watch the new movie. So I had a good reason.
I'm going to try to go see it on Saturday, too.
Are you? Yeah. I can't wait. I know. Here's the thing. Here's the problem I have already. I scrolled through YouTube, and some of the people that I watch on YouTube to do recaps and Easter egg type of things, they were like, ending to No Way Home. Ending explained of No Way Home. I'm like, threw my
Spoilers
phone
after
across the room.
spoilers.
I threw it right across the room. So I'm gonna have to watch out for that. I'm gonna have to watch out for Twitter. I should be able to do it.
Yeah, I stay off of Twitter around this time. Twitter is like the most dangerous place to me. And the Explore page on Instagram.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You can't predict that at all.
Are you a Marvel guy?
Oh yeah, I grew up enjoying comic books in general. My dad was like a DC kid growing up.
Okay.
So we watched a lot of that. My grandmother actually has this box of unopened Superman comic books that I have never looked at. So
oh man,
gotta make sure we get that in the will.
Yeah, you better do something about that.
Yeah, right. But I enjoyed both. I definitely from a movie standpoint, I mean, Marvel obviously runs the game.
And I think that's why I ask people, like, are you a Marvel guy? Because they do dominate the movies. Although I really enjoy Wonder Woman. 1984 I like better than the first one.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I just do. I think it's oh gosh, I don't remember his name. He's the same actor that plays the Mandalorian. I don't remember his name. He was the villain.
Pedro Pascal, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one. I liked the Snyder cut of
No, that was the masterpiece. I went into it like I was like, I don't know if I could sit through this for 4 hours, but I sat through it for 4 hours.
Now, okay, so I'll ask you this. I sat through it for 4 hours as well. That was the only one I saw. I didn't see the first one.
Yeah.
So how big of a difference was there?
So if I remember, I remember reading that it was like only like 20% of it was the same movie. So like a huge chunk of it was complete, like stuff we hadn't seen before. And it's just a completely different feel. Cause like when they were filming the first Justice League, Snyder had to step away.
Yeah.
And then Joss Whedon had taken over and he'd changed like everything, everything to like the tint of like the guy, everyone's like costumes and stuff.
That's insane.
So it was just a much obviously the Snyder Cut was a lot darker.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed a lot. But it set up so much. I feel like they could have done so much with it. And then Warner Brothers was like, yeah, no, we're not going to do nothing with it. Just going to leave it. I know.
Geez, we could do this all night. Do you watch Hawkeye?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you all caught up?
Caught up yesterday.
Vanessa, you're waiting till it's finished, right?
Right.
Oh, you're waiting for all the episodes and then you're gonna watch it?
Yeah,
that's
Canadian.
how my husband and I roll.
Hey, I mean, then you get to binge it. I mean, I don't blame you.
I watched it. I watched the newest episode last night. It's pretty exciting. I also like that it's set at Christmas time. That's smart planning out of them, for sure. Oh man, geez.
I love how they're tying the series, like the Disney Plus series, into the movies. Like it's not separate. Like it's all in the same.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
Oh man, we'll have when it's all done, we'll have to have you come back on because I have more stuff to talk about.
Night or a Disney Plus night.
Disney Plus night for sure.
Which one was your favorite out of the series that have came out so far?
I think it was WandaVision.
WandaVision?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, mine is a toss-up between WandaVision and Loki.
Yeah,
Loki
I was gonna say
good.
I forgot about Loki. Loki actually is probably I liked WandaVision, but Loki's probably the more pivotal one as far as all the movies that are going to be coming out for sure. Mm. Oh man, I can't friggin' wait! I can't wait. 12 o'clock, the matinee, the cheapest movie I can get on Saturday.
The matinee showing.
Yeah.
That's great.
I cannot wait. But yeah, so speaking of great things, I didn't.
So you got to go to who's the best Batman and who's the best. Spider-Man.
Okay, you're right. Yes, I do, don't I? You're right. We have had. Okay, so we'll forget Bryan Danielson and not Kenny Omega, Hangman Page. It's fine. We know what they did. They put on a masterpiece. We get it. Okay, Vanessa's right. We'll start with Batman because his dad's a DC guy.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the best Batman? And we've narrowed it down to, let me get this correct, Adam West, Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck. Who else was that in there?
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Yep.
You guys didn't include George Clooney, right?
I
He's just, like, not even
I
in the
don't think
question.
I wanted to put him in at all.
He does not need to be in the tournament.
He's not in the tournament.
No. So just like those first five, up to Ben
those.
Affleck,
Up to
excluding
Ben.
George Clooney.
No George Clooney.
Oh wait, Christian Bale.
Yeah, I said Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale.
Okay,
well, first
sorry,
off, I would like to say that Adam West, the 1966 Batman film, when he gets bit by the shark, and he says, "Hurry, Robin, give me my bat shark repellent." Is one of my favorite scenes ever. There's just like this foam shark just hanging on his leg.
I like when he's running around with the bomb.
Yeah,
it was in one of the movies, I think. Oh my god.
No, but I actually had a model car of the 1966 Batman Batmobile.
Classic.
No, but I mean, I think Michael Keaton was the most like comic book to screen Batman.
That's a good point.
And then Christian Bale is just my personal favorite. I think he was the best overall Batman. It was super. It was almost made you believe like some dude could actually just go get a suit and do that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I picked Bale. I think I picked Christian Bale too.
He had 3 movies that were like really good in a row. You know what I mean? Like all 3 of those movies were great.
I've also gone on the record saying that The Dark Knight is actually a Joker movie. I've gone.
That's a fair argument. I think The Dark Knight's the greatest superhero film ever.
It's really good.
It's like it's hard to beat.
The better SpiderMan. This is an easy one. This is easy.
I'm biased to Tobey Maguire.
Everyone's Tobey Maguire.
The third movie just kind of ruins the argument, though.
Yeah.
But Tom Holland, I think, has been the best.
I like Tom Holland the best,
100%.
but I think what Tom Holland has going for him is the movie tie-ins, like when they pull him
he had
into
a
the
lot
Avengers.
more. He had a lot more cards in his deck than the other two did. You know, he was lucky to play Spider-Man when Marvel and Sony got to make an agreement versus the other two.
For sure, he's like in a faction. He's in a faction with a champion, but the other two are not.
Yeah, he's good with the Booker.
He's good with the Booker. He's in. Oh man, I'm so excited. I just want to talk movies now. I even had it down here too. Afterwards, I had movies, comics, question mark, video games, question mark, and all this stuff.
Video game wise, I never really played much more than Madden. Honestly, the football games. I was never a big video game guy.
Do you still play Madden?
No.
Yeah, me either. It's terrible.
Yeah, I got to a point I felt like after what was Madden? It wasn't Madden 13. I've been like I feel like after 17, it's just been the same exact game.
Yeah, it has been.
It's
just it's just reskinned.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll get back to wrestling. So we've had several people from you found a home at CCW. At least that's what I heard in one of your promos.
Yeah, for sure.
We've had several people on. Dear friend of the show, with question marks, Cole Bohannon on this show that we allow to come on every once in a while. What is it about CCW that makes it feel like a home?
It's just a good group of guys overall, and it's very even though some of the guys in the locker room have their attitude problems, there is this common goal, dude, as a locker room that we really want to make CCW known, and make it a promotion that people are really tuning in to watch and talking about. Which I think we can do. I think we have the right squad to do it. Yeah. And it's close, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's only a 15-minute drive.
I mean, we've had yourself, we've had Cole Bohannon and Miles Blackwell, Violent Gentleman. 3
Mike Anthony.
That's right. 4.
Wild thing.
amazing humans and characters. We'll keep it kayfabe, characters.
Yeah.
That right alone sells a promotion for me in my book.
Yeah.
You won a title at WrestleBash.
Yes, the Southern States Championship.
Still hold that title?
I do. Over 100 days now, I'm pretty sure. Don't plan on dropping it anytime soon either.
Is anybody coming after you for that title?
Well, tomorrow we have a episode that will be posted on our YouTube, and that question will be answered.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, Continental Championship Wrestling on YouTube. It'll be posted at some point tomorrow.
What day? Next week, me and Vanessa are going to be putting over CCW. We're just going to watch some stuff on YouTube. Cole's going to come on. Hopefully he's sober when he comes on, because usually he's not, and that always ends up really bad. But so yeah, we'll have to watch that match. We'll have to watch your match. Yeah,
WrestleBash match. That'd be a good one to watch.
For sure. I like your vibe, man.
I appreciate that.
I'll tell you what, you give me and I was talking about him earlier, he's one of my favorites. You give me a Bray Wyatt vibe. And it's probably
Wyatt vibe.
It's probably your hair, your long hair, your tattoo, but your voice sounds like Bray. I could be congested, but it sounds a little like it.
I very often get compared to Bray Wyatt.
Interesting.
And when my hair is in a ponytail because the sides are shaved, and someone by the name of Brock Lesnar decided to copy my look. So when the ponytail and the beard is in, because I also have this cross tattoo with a knife on it that is very similar to his knife on his chest. Not related to whatsoever, not why I got it at all. But so I often get compared to those two. I love Bray Wyatt. The Fiend was one of my favorite characters ever. They could have done so much with that. That was your Undertaker.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Things played out.
What do you think he's going to do?
I thought he was going to show up last night, personally.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I thought he was going to interfere in the Daniel Bryan. I thought he was going to distract Hangman Page in that match somehow, because it's going to play into he has something to do with the Dark Order. He doesn't approve with the Dark Order embracing Hangman. I thought that was going to happen last night. I failed.
I would love to see him go back and help the WWE.
Really? Interesting.
But him with the Dark Order would be really cool. That'd be a real sick gimmick.
But the only way I would want that to happen, and obviously it's kind of even dumb to say, is Bray has to be on board, and the Brody Lee, their family has to be on board.
Right.
But I think it's there. I think it's there in the cards.
It definitely is.
That's interesting, because from everybody I've ever talked to or heard about or read about with Bray Wyatt, nobody ever says go back to the WWE. I've never heard anyone say that. You're the first one.
I think I enjoy watching wrestling in general, so I watch both products.
Yeah.
But I will forever be a WWE guy. I'm not really sure what's going on right now. But I will. If I had both contracts in front of me, I'd pick the other one.
Interesting.
So
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, that's good. It's great stuff. Yeah, you're giving me a great vibe. I love it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed this. This is great. This is much more laid back than I expected for some reason.
Oh man, that's the best news I could have heard. But that's what we try to do. We do our best not to make it like every other podcast, because we're really not a podcast. We're live. The only reason it makes it onto the podcast forums is because I will find time to cut it up. I won't edit it. I'll just cut it from the start to finish and post it. I don't got time for that. I got 3 daughters. I ain't got time for nothing.
Definitely not.
So
my hands are full enough with my cat. That's
I got 2 of them too. One's like 18 years old and is just like giving up on life. but he's healthy as a horse because we took him in to get checked, and he's healthy as a horse. And then we got another one that we rescued like a couple years ago. We found him under a car in a library parking lot.
Wow.
As a baby, crying, and we were on vacation. So my daughters picked him up, and I can't tell them no because we took it home, and now the thing is blown up. It's like it's huge.
It's just huge.
Just like rolls around the house like a big fat cat.
That's great.
Anyways, what is the name of your finisher? We're being asked by Big Guy Adam in the chat.
The pump handle slam is what I like to use.
The pump handle slam. It does not have a name yet.
No.
Not yet. It doesn't need a name.
I didn't want to force anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it doesn't need it.
If it needs a name, it'll happen. You know, I feel like it'll come naturally. Like most great things.
Yes. For sure. Awesome. Like I don't want to end I don't want to give you the mic to put yourself over to end the show. But I feel like I feel like something I've learned is if I leave a lot on the table, then you can come back at any time.
To come back, right?
That's the plan. That's the plan.
That's fine with me, man. I'm on the road tomorrow at 4:30. So
yeah, all right, even better. Yeah, I have a meeting at 8:00. So, what we do at the end of every show, Bryce, is I'm going to give you the mic. Now you put yourself over. You can let us know where to find you, all that fun social gimmicks, or I don't know, put over George Clooney. I don't care. I won't interrupt.
Well, I am not good enough to put over George Clooney, but you can follow me on Instagram at the Bryce Maddox. That is what I am most active on. I'm also on Facebook if you search Joel Morris, and on Twitter at Joel Slaw 44. I will put over the Putting You Over podcast because this has been a great time and I've enjoyed this, and y'all need to tune in more often. Yeah, this is great. I can't wait to come back.
Excellent.
Oh,
awesome.
January 22nd in Jacksonville, Florida, CCW Stampede. We have at Eagles View Academy. It's a 20-man battle royal. Winner of the battle royal is playing wrestling in the main event for the CCW World Championship. We're trying to pack it up. It's going to be a great show. A lot of good guys, a lot of great matches. I will be defending my Southern States Championship. I don't know against who yet, but it doesn't really matter. I'd love for everybody to come out.
Awesome. Great stuff. Bryce, you've been a pleasure to have on. You're welcome back anytime. And enjoy SpiderMan.
Yeah, you too. We'll have to talk about it next time I'm on.
Yeah, for sure. Have a great night.
You too.
Peace. Awesome. Awesome stuff, Vanessa.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't tell Miles Blackwell because I really like him, and don't tell Cole because Cole is volatile. That might be my